Hello, this is Denise with Minty Green Mama, and I just wanted to share a couple of new decks that I've gotten. And they're kind of new to me. Well, they're new to me. I've gotten them, I think, sometime this month. It's been a really busy month, and I haven't had much time to work with them, but these are two that I'm really excited to start working with here soon. And the first one is Alice the Wonderland Oracle, with the artwork of Jasmine Beckett Griffith, whom I adore. I'm really into her artwork right now, and I love Alice in Wonderland, although it's been a while since I read the book, so I'm going to have to do that again soon. But I just was really excited when this came out, so I'm going to show just a few of the cards. It's not really a review or anything. I just excited to get these in, all in the Golden Afternoon. This is, I think, one of my favorite cards. This is number one, and I think it's about my favorite card in the entire deck. So, follow the white rabbit. So I haven't really gotten a chance to read over the guidebook or anything quite yet. I think that was an interesting one. Like, the background doesn't really set me in mind of Alice in Wonderland, but it is a gorgeous picture. So yeah, so just a basic, about a page and a half or so for each card, which is pretty good. Let's see if it says 45 cards. And of course, it's the Blue Angel box, which I really like too, so I'm excited to work with this one. Falling. I like, and it's Lucy Cavendish is the author, and I do like a lot of her meanings that she gives in her oracle decks, so this one's really interesting, I think. It's Investigate, and it has like kind of a giraffe in the background. It's kind of surreal looking, and there's the backs. The backs aren't, you know, spectacularly interesting, but I kind of like that they're pretty simple. Although, I'm trying to think if I associate that. It's been so long since I read the book and, you know, seen the movies and everything, so I don't know. I mean, it might, I don't think that pattern has anything specifically to do with Alice in Wonderland, but do not drink the poison. Curiouser and Curiouser. Follow your own good advice. I love that one too. Lead the way. Oh, those two are very similar. I mean, not the same, but lead the way. You can see there she is with the like the dodo bird on the beach, and then all must have prizes. She's sitting there. What does she have in her hand? A thimble? Oh, okay. I so need to review my Alice in Wonderland, which is good. This makes me want to go back and you know, review it. So I like that. Some of these are just interesting. A moment's regret. So much glare on the card. That one's wild. No need to fear. What is up with that? What is up with the glare? All right, let's see. Okay. The right way. I looked through these when I got them, and some of these I honestly I don't remember seeing that one. Because I definitely haven't had enough time to spend with this deck. Oh, painting the roses red. See, I guess in my head I've seen the animated version a lot, so I hear the little songs from the movie sometimes when I'm talking about these cards. Nonsense. Believe. And some of these, like the artwork looks like almost like a different style. Like this one, Belong to Your Own Dream. To me that looks kind of like a different style than say like this one. I mean, very, same like large head, big-eyed girls, but just like the way that the artwork is done, like, I don't know, especially like around here on the bottom and the hair. Ooh, look at that cat. Impossible Things. You are rare and free. It's another one that I think. And now I just have some of Oracle's cards by with the artwork by Jasmine Beckett Griffith, but I would like to get, she has like a book of her artwork, which I think would be interesting to look through. Uncertainty. That reminds me of Bambi. Forget Who You Are. It's like Alice and Bambi. Mortality. And Such a Curious Dream. It's interesting, isn't it? It's like a mix of like Alice with a little bit of a few other things, and I don't know. I like it, but I haven't had a chance to use it yet, so we'll have to see how that goes. Okay, and then the other one that I got that's pretty new is the Haunted House Tarot. Now this is a tarot deck, and I was really excited about this. This is by Sasha Graham, and the artwork is by, I'm going to say this wrong probably, Mirko Pierfederici? Pierfederici? Maybe? That's probably as close as I'm going to get. But I thought this was a really interesting idea. One, I love like, haunted house themes and stuff like that. I thought that's great. It has, this is a Lo Scarabeo deck, so it has just like a little tiny little white book and not much, the English section is only through page 19, so not very much information. But what I did like is I did have a chance to read like the first couple pages. It has like a little thing that you can read out loud to like set the mood and get yourself in the scene. And I like how she explains that this is based on the great tradition of Gothic romance paperback novels that existed in the 1960s and 1970s. And that, and along with her love of creepy movies and a deep love of the supernatural and macabre, which I think is great. That's just like, it's just right down my alley. I love it. And I love the backs on these cards. They are, you just kind of see, I don't know, I mean, they're reversible. They have kind of like that big giant, like orangey moon and a little haunted house set on a ledge. There's just everything about that to love. Like, everything about that is great. Let's see, what was that? Oh, have these been shuffled? I did look through these. The thing I like about these is that the first, she has a heroine, which is Raven Wandsworth, the protagonist. She's a protagonist. And, oh my goodness, everything's all discombobulated. Okay, here we go. And so she is the Fool. She's on the Fool's journey, and so that's her, Raven Wandsworth. And so that basically she describes in the beginning of the little white book is like the cover of one of those romance novels. It's always a lady, like a really beautiful woman, like running away from a creepy looking house. And I thought that was interesting. It makes you want to go find those novels, like, and that just sounds like something that I'd be interested in. So I thought that was really interesting. So that's Raven Wandsworth, the protagonist, and then as it goes through all the cards, like it introduces all these different characters, and she describes it in the Little White Book as archetypes. And well, let me see. So this is like the little part of the scene, but it's like, will Raven see the house and the archetypes for who they really are? Can she remind them of their power before it's too late? And will she discover the greatest secret of all? Let's see, that you are the sign you've been looking for. And will you and Raven finally uncover the world's best kept secret, that you have held the key all along? Which I thought, I mean, for a little white book, I don't know. I like that. And so, yeah, and so she introduced, like, this is the butler, I believe is the magician. Looks like a, yeah, the butler holds the key. And so the names of the cards aren't actually on the cards, but it does have the numbers. So then with the High Priestess is the Eternal Witch, which I like. And then it has like a little, so with the Eternal Witch, the little description in the white book is, she is sequestered in the sacred space of the mansion's greenhouse and works in knowing silence. Inner self, knowledge, authenticity, mystery, faith, silence, wisdom, intuition. So you can kind of imagine like somebody sequestered in the greenhouse, you know, as like a sacred space. And like, I think it's fun to, with this deck, to kind of imagine yourself in the story. So imagine walking into this greenhouse and there's like this lady there, and you know, what would she say to you? And I don't know. And I like the artwork too, as well as the kind of the idea of reading it as a story, like as a novel. And these are the characters in the novel, and so as you read your spread, you can read it like a story spread where you're just reading like, and then this happens and this, you know, like as if it's a story, which I think is interesting. This is an interesting Empress card, because she's not, I mean, she has her hand on her stomach. She's not exactly pregnant, but let's see. The Lady of the House. She is pregnant with possibility, soft and inviting. She has a nurturing touch towards all who come her way and holds the magic of creativity in her palm. Sensuality, creation, birth, pleasure, joy, elegance, beauty, femininity. So, I mean, all those meanings I'm good with, you know. See, I'm like, look, I mean, I am so not cool with like, you know, rhino heads and stuff on the wall, but like this just has like this, that time period, like it just seems so perfect for that like era that they're trying to depict in these cards. I love it. And look at this. The Hierophant is a looks like a guy is doing an exorcism. See if it says specifically. The local priest. He performs an exorcism on Raven, who wakes in the middle of his dark ritual. Will he drive the demons from her body, or is the priest the one possessed? Ooh. I don't know. I just love everything about this deck. Like this deck, it was one of those, you know, haunted house tarot. I wasn't sure, you know, will I like it? And while it may not have like the extensive esoteric symbolism and stuff, it's a really fun deck. And I love the artwork. I like the little blurb in the little white book. Oh, that's an interesting justice. It's like a servant. Let's see. The head maid. She pays close attention to the maids in her charge. She rules the pantry and her staff with an iron fist. Work, law, logic, balance, intellect, decisions, court proceedings, and rules. See, I just think that's great. Like imagining this huge house and all the characters, you know, are, well, that's the death card. That's interesting. And all the characters are in the house somewhere, you know, and as you do your reading, like you're finding these characters and seeing what they bring to the party. Oh, that's interesting. Judgment. Nothing can stop Raven. She rescues a young girl from the zombies. Nice. Okay, and then let's see if she says anything specific about no, she doesn't say anything specific that I see right here about the story in the major arcana versus the story in the minors. But, you know, they are labeled. They have like a number and then a symbol for each suit. And I do think that like where the major arcana all seem to be picturing like a person that's a character representing I mean, some of them are kind of a scene, but it seems to me like the minors are more like a scene, or something that's happening in the mansion that depicts the meaning. And a lot of them feature the protagonist, which I think is a really cool idea too. It's probably been done in another deck. I just can't think of it, but I really like this. So she's in just about every one of these. And then the 9, so she's not in there. And see, in some of these also you can see, like, there's a picture of the Rider-Waite 9 of Cups, or the Waite-Smith 9 of Cups right behind this guy. So that's actually in several of the cards. You can see like an image of the classic, tarot card. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, that's a fun one. Is that the Queen of Swords? The page? I'm confused, but very cool. Hold on a second. What order are these people in? Yeah, Page, Knight, Queen, King. Okay. Little symbols are throwing me off. Oh, because I think that these are like backwards, but vampires. Anyway, I could probably just sit here and look at this deck. I got a chance to go through it and read over some of the book, but I could I want to take a lot longer and sit and actually get a chance to look through all the cards. So that's a deck I'm super excited about. That's the Haunted House Tarot. Tarot of the Haunted House by Sasha Graham. So very, very cool. All right, and then the last one, Oracle deck. This one, I don't know that this is new, but this is new to me. This is the Illuminated Earth Oracle. And I have had this. I was so excited to get this, and it's just, these things have just been sitting there just waiting for me to find some time to use them. But these are just the most gorgeous things I've ever seen. Let's see, and I forget, Claire Mack, I think is the artist, and Claire Mack. I found these on Etsy, I believe, and I just thought that the artwork was just gorgeous. Look at that. I just love this accomplishment. And I've had this sitting here, and I'm just itching to get my fingers onto some of these things. So I have so many new decks. I know I have a couple of other new ones. Like, I pre-ordered several things, and they all seem to just like come out right at once. And so I'm just like, I'm gonna have to slow down a bit, or else I'm not gonna be able to use the ones that I'm getting in. Attachment. So, blocked. I really want to get into, this one's so fun, Childhood. This deck and really work with it. This one's a really nice, like, just really well made. The backs are gorgeous. The artwork is gorgeous. I just love everything about these. So excited. So I have so much stuff to get into and use in this coming month, and these aren't even like, well, the Tarot of the Haunted House is perfect for October, so that's great, but some of these aren't even specifically like my fall decks, but I just so excited. I think all these would work though for good fall decks. So these are my new babies, and so I'm just wanted to show those off. I'm so excited to play with those. I hope you guys are having a wonderful time. If you're still watching, have a good day. And I will talk to you later. All right, bye.